Hey everyone, back at it again with another SGC sub reveal. Today we're going to be going over cards that people submitted to us. If you are interested, please reach out in any way you can and we can get you in the future sub. Today here we have a bunch of president cards and also sports cards. So stay tuned if you want to see something and you want to learn something that you didn't know before. We're going to start off with some of the oversized cards here. Without further ado, let's get started. First off, I believe we have other ones in a set behind this, but that 1885 Potter set right here. So we have a bunch of presidents here, starting off with James K. Polk, Zachary Taylor, Abraham Lincoln, and this is another set. I'm sorry, this is an 1880s Concord set. Other Lincoln from Tuck and Sons. Really cool color depiction there. True postcard. Got a 4 on this one, the 19 postcard here. And as you can see through the back, definitely a postcard. And the last card here, which might be our oldest one of the sub, 1870s Durham Tobacco Grant Tilden trade card. Moving right along, next group. We have the 1937 Mickey Mouse, and I believe we have another one behind that as well. Very cool, made well before the parks were open, at least the one that's in Orlando, close to Ryan and I. Next card. So these next few are going to be from the 1936 Olympics, starting out with none other than Jesse Owens. And then this is another card of his. This one is used in this photo particular in a bunch of different cards, some of which are colorized, smaller and larger. So an iconic pose there. Now we also have Duke Kahanamoku in the same Olympics, same brand. As you can see, a different card number, but this one pulled a 7. Really awesome grade. And another Kanamoku, excuse me for butchering the last name a little bit. And an exhibit, Hank Aaron. Last group of oversized cards here. And most of these are going to be from the H602 set. These cards were pretty delicate. I remember setting them in. I had to be very careful. But starting off again with James K. Polk, James Madison, another Lincoln. Definitely going to be seeing a lot of him in this sub. The spoiler. Zachary Taylor. Another Zach Taylor. This one in a 5. And Ulysses S. Grant to close it off. As promised, we're starting back up with the normal size cards, and we're going to do a little bit of sports here. We have a Bobby Jones card. Unfortunately, got the minimum size not met. I don't love when this happens. Next, we have a 1980 Topps Gretzky rookie. Phil Poland, T206 card. Mark Messier, O-Pee-Chee. Chuck Klein from the 1934 Gaudy set. 61 Hank Aaron. 59 Hank Aaron. 67 Lou Brock. And an Annie Robustelli. 5-5. We have a Millard Fillmore. And by the way, these caramels, the ones that are in blue, are technically a little bit rare. So if you see these and you want to pick one up, keep that in mind. James Garfield. John Adams. And that rounds off the caramels. This card here from the 1911 Royal Bengals. I think this set has very nice artistry to it. We have a couple from this set around the sub. So of Grant. We have a 1934, I believe this is a German brand, the Exine Halpes of Lincoln. Another Royal Bengal of Monroe. This one in a 4. and Hannibal in the Leaders of Men set. Next group, we have Judy Garland from the Film Stars set. We've also graded some other cards from this set. We have George Washington from the Royal Bengals set, crossing the Delaware, as you can see down below. We have another one from the X-Men set, Napoleon Bonaparte. Charles Darwin, help with the theory of evolution. The Council of War, and this one does have Lincoln. I believe that's Grant, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong. Next, we have the 52 Topps Look and See Lincoln, along with a bunch of other celebrities that are also in this set. And it looks like a Royal Bengals card, but it's not. It's from the Panhandle Scrap, Andrew Jackson, Men of History. Moving on along, we have General Custer out of the American Carmel set. And they did make baseball cards as well, but this is also part of their non-sports set. Zach Taylor, 1890, H600, U.S. President set. James K. Polk, so this is from the Mogul Cigarette Silks, George Washington. And note the silks come in different colors as well. As you can see, the Washington, the Lincoln, definitely a grayish color as compared to a more caramel orangish color. Next, we have the Cincinnati Game Abraham Lincoln. We have two of them here, one in a 2.5, one in a 2. As you can see, the back is a playing card. And we have the I believe all these are from the same set, 1930 post-serial cards. These were hand cut. We have Andrew Jackson, Ulysses S. Grant, and Abraham Lincoln. Note on these cards, most of the time when you do cut them, you want to make sure that there's this black edge on the end. As you can see, the little cut marks are showing throughout all this card, or at least most of it. If you don't have those showing, regardless of how nice the card is, a lot of times these major grading companies will give it the authentic. Because of that, it is technically trimmed, even though obviously they're hand cut. So everyone is, quote, trimmed, but that's how they grade. So if you ever have hand cut stuff and you end up cutting them, keep that in mind. Napoleon from the Ogden set. We have a couple cards here, I believe, from the Photopias set. Interesting, definitely smaller cards. Not the smallest cards I've seen, but definitely up there. John Adams from that silk set we were talking about. And I want to go over these three next ones specifically. So this card right here, the 52 Bowman Lincoln, there's also a 57 Topps version and a 1972 Topps version. And all of them look fairly similar. Very easy way to distinguish if you turn to the back here. They all have different backs, some of them corresponding exactly to the years. The ones in the 56 and actually the 72 era also looks similar, but just a little bit different in terms of the cardstock and the look. And then the one that is from 52 Bowman has a completely different look from the rest. Very interesting there. Wanted to go over that with you guys. Moving right on along. Abraham Lincoln. This one had evidence of trimming, so got the authentic. Photopias Cleopatra. We have a Napoleon. And the George Washington. Looks like a young George Washington from that set. This is our last group of the day, so stay focused with us. Here we go. We have Lord Nelson from the Ogden set. Alexander the Great. Julius Caesar. Napoleon. And now we go on to, I believe the rest of these are from the Susini set, along with baseball. They also had some non-sports cards, and we're going to go over some that are in the set, starting out with Captain Scott, President Roosevelt, Pizarro, Lieutenant Shackleton, a Bruzy, Condemoltic, Wellington, and another Lieutenant Shackleton. Alrighty, in our last group of the day, we have a Martha Washington, wife of the famous George Washington. Have a Hernando Cortez from the Ogden set, Abraham Lincoln from the Ogden set. And for you guys, if you want to collect a lot of historical figures and you want to buy cards that are on the cheaper side, your Ogdens might be a good way to go for the colored like 1924 Ogdens. Not too expensive of cards. You can still get really awesome figures for decent prices. So I want to give you guys a heads up there if you're looking into collecting these type of cards. Next, Alexander the Great, Julius Caesar, Attila, have Lord Nelson, another Abraham Lincoln. This one got a numerical grade. And the last card we have is a flag from the Allen & Ginter Tennessee set, which we've graded some of these on the channel before. Alrighty, guys, that is it. I believe that sub was about 85 cards, so definitely a bigger video today. Thank you for tuning in. For those of you subbing with us, I apologize about it taking a little bit longer than normal. The turnaround for grading has increased. However, we're going to try to go ahead and get the cards back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for those who sub with us, and I'm looking forward to seeing more subs of really awesome cards that you guys submit in the future. Have a great day.